Hello, hello. Welcome back to another Alonzo Harris video. This is gonna be a quick one. Just been doing jug. Um, I got disconnected here for a second, so let's get back into it. I think it's gonna do the thing. Okay, cool. All right. It usually does like the you're connected on another player or whatever thing. But anyways, I've had a long night, man. Um, no face. Can't even talk right now. No face cam today, just because I really just want to get some things off my chest, right? Like, and this is not really Epicduel related. This is just kind of life related, and I really want to just say what I'm going through, just to kind of remind myself, probably in the future, um, solutions to problems and stuff like that. But also to again help anyone out who else is feeling the same way, I guess, right? So year's coming to an end. It's already November, and I feel like I'm already going through another year where I'm just not where I want to be, in a lot of places. And I feel like every time this kind of happens, I kind of, I think I just kind of like freeze up, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's like I just kind of get in my head. I kind of have issues, and it's almost like I revert back so many things that I just feel like I know I'm better than, And it's like I get mad and I get frustrated, and I just start to be a person that I'm just not proud of. And a lot of the times when I wake up in the morning, I'm very proud of myself and I'm very proud of my accomplishments. But a lot of the times, things happen that pull me out of my character and cause me to get frustrated or cause me to just act out. And those moments really weigh on me a lot of times, so much to where a lot of the times it just becomes consuming, like I really just only think about that in that moment for a period of time. And I just feel like recently I've just been stuck, man. Like, I can't just describe the feeling, and even that word feels like I'm not giving my own emotions enough credit. But I mean, who cares at the end of the day, right? Like, the details don't really matter. And like, I'm not saying that to be like uh what's the word? I can't even think of the word right now. I'm not saying that to be like sarcastic. There you go. I'm not saying that to be like sarcastic, but like just like seriously, that like obviously, like, I'm just starting to understand as I get older, like, a lot of the details and stuff don't matter. A lot of the little things that we get mad at, a lot of the little things we give energy to, like, really don't matter. And it goes both ways. Like, I feel like it goes into the frustration, but it also goes into the like just making up shit, right? Like, the comfort, you know what I mean? Like, the feeling okay when things aren't okay, right? Like, it's okay to not feel comfortable, It's okay to not feel like you are in a place where you don't belong. And it's like I'm saying these words and I'm fucking shaking right now. Like, I'm literally shaking because I just feel like a lot of the times I tell myself these things and I know these things are true, right? But I just feel so stuck still. I feel like I just don't make the moves that I want to make inside. Like, I don't do the things that I really want to do, and I feel like it causes me to act out. Like, it causes me to do things that I normally wouldn't do. It causes me to put emotions into places I normally wouldn't and just waste my time, like almost distract myself, right? From the main issue until it becomes a thing where I rather go away, like, it just kind of goes away and I kind of focus on something else, because the ADHD kicks in or whatever, or it just becomes a thing where I really just bury it, until something else comes and reminds me of it. And then it just feels 10 times worse, and I feel like I'm at this point where I'm just like I'm literally not making myself okay because I just remind myself so many times of just how I fail, like how I just don't measure up to the things I want to do. I don't I don't accomplish the things that I want to. And again, it goes both ways. And that's where I feel like you know, um I was gonna say balance, right? Like balance really comes into it, and that's where a lot of this, like, not to be corny, but to just to tie it into Epicduel and tie it into this, right? Like a lot of these things are me putting my heart on a sleeve, like the faction name, my name you guys know me by, like they all have meaning behind it. They all have reason behind it. And they all have these things that in the moment in time, it's like I said these things and meant these things for them to always remind me of, different things I want to accomplish going forward, different things I want to be, like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. Like, hold on. I gotta compose myself, man. Like I really have issues with just like my emotions sometimes. And like sometimes it probably feels like I'm about to cry or something like that. Like, and like I'm really not. Like I almost want to turn on my face cam just to show like I'm not, but I'm not. But it's just like, again, I just do. I'm just weird, if that makes sense. Like I'm just super weird, and it's like I just affect myself in ways that I know I affect myself, and I know different things happen to myself because it's me. Like it's me just lashing out at myself for not doing what me and my body want to do. But it's like my mind is just, for whatever reason, like holds me back, and it just gets frustrating, man. And I just feel like I had this whole night, I had this whole morning, and I just kind of wasted it because I was just going back and forth, like arguing with myself. Like, don't get me wrong, like still worked out, I still wrote down a lot of things. I still like planned out a lot of things, which is again usually my nights and how they work out, right? Like it's usually just how things go, but yeah, it's like I want to do more than that, and I just can't do that a lot of the times, and it's frustrating because I just feel like I just I don't know. I don't know. I can't even explain it. Like it just feels like I beat myself up internally, and it causes me to just have different things that I know aren't really like wrong with me, right? Like again, like right now, I can't talk for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, and I'm starting to like shiver, and it's like I'm not sick, I'm not cold, you know what I mean? Like I have a hoodie on, I'm chilling, you know what I mean? But it's just for whatever reason when I talk about my feelings, when I talk about my emotions, I freeze up. And again, I part of me wants to say like simply it's just a like tough it out thing, like oh you're just being a bitch, like that's the whole thing, but it's deeper than that, and I feel like a lot of it is just internal, like a lot of it holds me back and a lot of it's connected, and I'm trying to just put together the pieces, and I really want to start being more vocal with you guys, because I really feel like at the end of the day, like again, not to tie it back to Epic Duel in a corny ass way or again make it seem like it's like a promotional thing, but I really want you guys to like understand my experience with the game and understand why it is so hard for me sometimes to just hop on, because like again it's like I beat myself up, man. Like I can't even explain how I can't explain how I just don't measure up to what I want to be doing, and it just feels like every time I get on the game, it's like, at least in a content wise, right? Like before I could before I was streaming and stuff, like a lot of the times that was what I did with Epic Duel. Again, like I played this game for a long time, and I've a lot of you guys know there's a reason why I didn't like talk to people and stuff like that, and a lot of that was just because I didn't really know there was a community and things like that, right? But part of the reason was because when I was playing the game was when I was depressed, you know what I mean? I was sad, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of times I'm talking to myself and I'm just doing things to make myself happy. And again, it's like a lot of the things I do to make myself happy now, that I did before, it's like I do that as content now, which is amazing. That's what I always wanted. I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. Like I love the fact that I can do that, but it's like in real life, I have to be able to keep myself afloat, right? Like I have to be able to keep myself afloat, and I'm responsible for myself, responsible for, a lot of other people, and I just have to be able to do those things, right? Like I have to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I have to be able to make sure at the end of the day, regardless in the future, unless I die, like I make sure those things happen, right? And those things will happen regardless. Like, even if I'm not okay, I will make those things happen, right? Like, again, not to sound corny, not to sound like cliche or whatever, but just being honest, right? Like, I just feel like a lot of the times I really want to be honest with you guys, man. I just feel like I can. And I feel like that's something I just really like hit myself with today. And I feel like I was just again going back and forth with myself for a lot of different reasons. And again, I don't want to go too much into it because a lot of it's like, again, real life related, right? Like, you know, when it comes to like work and the people around me, and you know, not that anyone's doing anything wrong or throwing anyone under the bus, right? Ain't nothing like that. It's just a lot of the times I feel like I could be doing better in all those avenues. And a lot of it comes from just things I could be personally doing better, but I feel like a lot of the times in those moments, different things stop me from doing those things, and I let them, you know, and then it's like in the moment it seems justified because it's like, oh man, like, you know, how could that happen? Or that was crazy, or, you know, this happened. And, you know, again, I'm just going to let it slide or whatever. And later I look back, I'm just like, why didn't I just do this stuff? You know, like, why didn't I just stick to the plan? Why didn't I trust myself? You know, like I would really be better off, like not even in a financial standpoint or anything like that, but just in a ability to help people, you know what I'm saying? Like ability to do more standpoint. Like I would be better off if I just listened to myself. And I feel like that's what I really want to just focus on, man. Like I really want to just focus on really just trusting myself and trusting the process and sticking to it, man. And that's really what, again, when it comes to Epicduel, like really what this means to me, you know? It's like at the end of the day, I really have so much faith in this game. And it's like I almost relate to it because I feel like I'm like similar, you know? It's like the game needed so much work, and it got that work from just the person who cared about it. You know what I'm saying? Like he cared about it, and other people started caring about it, and more people started caring about it. And then eventually it got to a point where it is now, where it's like, bro, like I think what the game is now is amazing. Like what it stands for is just awesome. Like again, it can help you in real life if you really want it to. It can really help you accomplish goals that you never thought you would be able to accomplish. Because again, I look at my account all the time and I think of, damn, I really thought I would never have this stuff. Like these are things that as a kid I thought would never be possible, and here I am with it. Like again, by all means possible, I got it. You know what I mean? Not even a matter of like, oh, you know, it was just money, or oh, it was just I got lucky. Like we're talking, bro. Like we can have those story times later, because I'll be here for hours if I could talk about how many times where I probably shouldn't have won gifting and I did, just because it was a matter of me just talking to the right people, and again, me just having the care and the passion like for the game I do, right? And it wasn't just a matter of just the items. It wasn't just a matter of just the gifting, right? It wasn't just that. It was the social, you know what I mean? Like the socialism of it, right? Like I owe a lot of my life lessons. I owe a lot of my knowledge from this game, from the people I've talked to online across this game, from the people I have were again on and off Epicduel, people have been a part of it. Like I just owe thanks to so many people. And it's not just Epicduel, we're talking like video games. Like Epicduel was the start to me actually playing video games outside of the people I knew real life. You know what I mean? Like it was the open door to me knowing that other people really do like exist outside. Like I know we talk about it all the time. We talk about people in different continents. We talk about people in different, you know, worlds and places. But when you start to actually have conversations with them and start to relate to them and start to have these just understandings with them, but they come from a whole different world, like a whole different part of the world, right? But it's nuts to me, right? Like those things are so crazy to me, and those things really, again, hold my heart deeply. And I just owe so much to the game because I can't imagine how I would be without it. You know what I mean? And it's just that simple, you know? And it's not to say that like I didn't have role models. Again, I had great parents. It's not to say I didn't have friends. I had great friends. It's not to say that I didn't have, you know, good people around me, or I wasn't in a good environment or anything like that. It's just, I just did not relate to the people around me. It was just that simple. Like, it just felt like I would say things and I would advance at a rate that a lot of people just rather would knock me off as, oh, I'm joking or I'm messing around or this kid just being goofy or whatever. Or, again, people would just get annoyed at the fact that, again, I'm genuinely just trying to ask questions or, understand things better. Right. But again, it's like you online and you have people that are similar, you have people that are just like you have people that are going through similar things, even though they are in different parts of the world, and it's like, to me, that relatability really saved me, man. Like, I can't tell you how much of a just angry kid I was. And it wasn't even at the matter of like my life or my environment or anything like that. It was just at myself. Like, I was so mad at myself for being different. I always felt different. Like, I was always a fat kid. I was always huge. I was always tall. Like, I was always the first kid you would notice when you walk in the room, right? And even to this day, like, I'm probably one of the first adults you notice when you walk in the room, right? Because I'm a big guy. I've come to peace with that. But when I was a kid, bro, like, I was so angry at myself, man. Like, just for being different, and it wasn't a matter of like being angry at God or being, angry at anyone else. It was just a matter of being angry at myself for just feeling like I made decisions that led to me being different, like I got hit by a car as a kid and I blamed myself. I broke my wrist as a kid and I blamed myself. I every injury, every mistake, every life lesson, a lot of times if I seen the wrong in it, like I understood morality, I would say at a bare level minimum, what I'm saying, pretty early. So it's like I feel like I would understand that, the actions that I would do could lead to people being hurt. And that alone, made me be cautious of just my moves. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to make this too long or like get too deep and all that good stuff. Because again, I really just wanted to get on here and talk about how grateful I am for just the game. Again, like I want people to understand why I go so hard for the game, right? Like again, it is fun. It is amazing. Like it is all these things. Like that's genuinely the truth. But like the personal connection I have with the game will always be there because I just feel like I owe so much to just the game. And I feel like it's because of the game, the type of game it is. It's not a matter of like just, oh, we got lucky with a good community and the good people and all that stuff. No, bro, it's a matter of the people that really go in, like the people that really are on the grind day in and day out for their own personal goals while still achieving things in real life, right? Like you look back at all the great people that are playing this game that retired eventually, that stopped playing the game, right? A lot of them were doing things in their life that, again, they just needed something to kind of keep the ball rolling, right? Whether it was Jug, whether it was 1v1s, whether it was, again, back in the day, you were able to do NPC battles and that counted as 1v1s, right? Again, a lot of these people were just able to look at the little things like your gear you had, the animation, the art style, again, because it's so unique. Like even Chat GPT, you go and try an AI like copy this, it'll have a hard time because again, the art style is so unique. Like Flash was such a unique thing that they had to get rid of. I mean, again, it was just too good in my opinion. Like, or at least it would have been good if they actually finished the product. Like again, I think that's another thing. That's another. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. Anyways, but again, you try and Chat GPT something and like switch it over again, it's not gonna come out the same way. It's gonna change the art style or go into something different or make it weird. Like trust me, I've tried. Like I've tried to make content in different ways, and I'm not saying I'm the Chat GPT master or I'm AI master or whatever. Again, I've tried a few things. Maybe Sora, what I mean, could probably do better now. Like AI is getting better every day, but it had a hard time in the beginning for sure because again, the art style is unique, man. Like at the end of the day, Epicduel is such a unique game, and the uniqueness that it has builds the player base, but the game itself and what it stands for is what makes it so great. You know what I mean? The literal, we'll say, achievements of just grinding, you know what I'm saying, while still being able to do things in real life is just unfathomable, right? Like, I really feel like this year, even though, again, I'm so hard on myself and by all means, I'm not trying to say that I am satisfied with where I'm at or what I've been doing because I really don't think I've like as far as effort, I feel like I've been giving like 30 or 40%. And again, it's mainly because I just feel like I don't have the time to give more effort. I don't have the time and energy to give more effort. And that's just because again, my health is terrible and I'm fat, but I have to fix that. You know what I mean? Again, like no one made me fat besides myself. You know what I mean? Like no one put on the weights. You know what I mean? No one was eating the sugar and all the other bullshit, right? So it's like I can't blame anyone else or ask people to sympathize or empathize with me because again, at the end of the day, like I am what I am and I have to fix myself before I can really give 100%, right? And that's just something I'm going to have a battle with, and that's okay. Like I've accepted that, right? But like I said, I really wanted to get on here and just be grateful and talk about how the people, the game, like what it really stands for and what it really means and why I think people really should get involved, right? Like not just on my own personal level or like anything like that. Like, I don't think the game's gonna be like a Fortnite or anything like that, but it's just I would love to have more people at least on the grind because I'm on the grind right now, right? And I think about these things when I'm playing Jug at night. I think about these things when I'm talking to myself like this is what I'm doing when I'm playing the game and I'm not doing content, right? So it's like it would be nice to, again, like I'm not saying there's not people because again, I talk to plenty of people throughout the day. Like I talk to Manda all the time throughout the night and again, Sorch, what I'm saying, shout out to the homie John, what I'm saying, John be staying up late, Asina, Asina's been busy, but again, that's still the homie. And so many other people, that pop in and out, right? Like I've never felt so close to the game than I have this past year because I just feel like I've been playing it the most, right? Like I said beforehand, all the other years, I really was only playing when I was depressed and I really wasn't really like playing for anything besides just to enjoy like just playing the game, right? So I got to a point where, again, out of high school and stuff, gifting came along. I started gifting and stuff. That was cool. But again, it hit a point where I didn't really have any personal goals. And then, again, I started to get a little good at 1v1 and EUV started really sparking that, right? Like EUV and obviously like JTPY, love those guys. Deathly Hollows, love those guys. You know what I'm saying? They really brought me into the competitive scene, helped me understand the game and really like got me in the door, right? But Shondor, man, like Shondor, Bleachify, like yeah, even like Zoe, like characters like that, man, like it's hard to even explain the type of appreciation I have for those moments because I look back at those moments when I'm playing now and I start to laugh, like there's just so many good moments we had that I'm sad that I wasn't streaming. I'm sad that I wasn't making content at the time to have those on record. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like it sucks, man. Like it sucks not to have a lot of the good times that have happened like on, YouTube, right? And that's why I again, I do beat myself up a lot for not streaming more and not putting out content more just in a casual setting because again, I feel like a lot of those good moments do happen, but a lot of the times, like I feel like when the camera's on and people know it's on too, like people act different too. So it's like I gotta find that balance where I can really like have adult content in a place, but still have like the Alonzo Harris special type thing where again I play other games and again I've so many other ideas that I want to implement and I hope you guys stay tuned for the journey. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're not retiring, we're not quitting, we're not going anywhere. I just really wanted to have a real conversation with you guys because again, I feel like I'm better this way. I'm better when I could just come home, talk to you guys about what's going on, and hopefully you guys resonate or relate to it. You know what I mean? In a way to where you can understand where I'm coming from, and if not, like hopefully again the jug battles are just content, and again me yapping in the background could just be me yapping in the background, right? Like. It doesn't have to really be anything special or like life changing or anything like that. It's just, again, an outlet for me. And I just really hope you guys understand that I'm not trying to take advantage of you guys because that also weighs on my mind. Again, I don't want you guys to think that, you're my therapist, right? Like my free therapist or anything like that. Or I just come on here just to, talk to you guys and just have a place to echo chamber too. Like I think a lot of YouTubers do, I really just, again, want you guys to always know I appreciate you guys, man. Like, and if I one day don't wake up, unfortunately, for whatever reason, like I want you guys to always know that, like, I really enjoy every conversation, man. And I really wish that I could put more time, into Epicduel and you guys and the community. You know what I mean? Like, it's really one of my biggest regrets that weighs on me, like every day, like. I go to work, I talk to people, and man, like I really just feel like I would be happier if I could just stick to my own schedule, just play Epicduel, man, and just be fine. Like I don't even have to make a lot of money. I don't have to, be a big streamer. I don't have to be a Kai Cenat. I don't have to do any of that. I mean? I just really would enjoy being able to actually, exchange perspectives, and talk to people and hear what they go through and hear about their life, because again, I feel like a lot of times when I hear about what people go through, it rather makes me, want to go harder in what I'm doing, you know, it motivates me, you know, or it makes me grateful because I'm just like, damn, like that person really went through a lot. And I was like, who am I to complain? You know what I mean? Like, again, there's people that really don't have roofs over their head. There's people that really don't have food. You know what I mean? There's people really going through it right now. I mean, you know, there's EBT benefits being cut off and all sorts of stuff, right? And it's like, here I am in my job, in my own head, just like preventing myself from, you know, doing what I want to do, right? It sounds fucking lame, you know what I mean? And a lot of the times that's why I don't talk about it, because it's just like I get mad at myself. Like, you hear in my voice, man. Like, I just, bruh, like it's hard not to just sit there and be like, bro, like you're acting like a bitch. Like, get over it. You know what I mean? But again, it's like, I feel like you say that out loud nowadays and people are going to be like, oh man, like we got to worry about that guy. Like he might off himself or something. You know, he might hit the respawn button or try and hit the respawn button, or however them YouTubers be saying it without it being bad or whatever. But yeah, anyways, yeah. And it's like, like I said, I don't want people to worry in that regard, because that wouldn't happen. At least I don't think it would happen. Right. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, go through this constant cycle. If you don't know, you know, and I'm trying to break it, you know what I mean? And I can say, you know, with a lot of happiness in my heart right now, that I have been doing a lot better. Like this year, I think I've done a lot better. I think I've really made like strides, like actual strides, in like bettering my life and just fixing a lot of those terrible habits I just instilled in myself as a kid, you know? And again, I instilled a lot of good habits, but I just had a lot of bad habits that I didn't realize were going to be bad habits. You know, I just thought, you know, it's like, oh man, I'm doing so good in these areas that, you know, these things will be fine. Right. But it's like, nah, bro, like it is what it is. Like, you have to be this way. And again, it's just repercussion, right? Like, you could choose to do other stuff, but repercussions will happen. Right. And I don't want to face those repercussions. I'm afraid. I don't. I'm be honest. You know what I mean? Like, especially battling God and stuff like that. You know, I know some people aren't religious, you know what I mean, that play the game, and, you know, some people don't see eye to eye, and some people see higher powers and all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? Again, I think it's a lot simpler than what it is, but that's, again, another conversation. But yeah, man, personally though, I'm not trying to face that type of wrath, you know. And even like when it comes to real life, you know, when it comes to people, like, I'm not trying to argue with people, man. Like, it's not even like I'm afraid of people, or like I don't want to talk to people. It's just I don't want to waste any more time. You know, I just feel like I've wasted so much of my life just not doing what I want to do. Like, I'm really a simple guy, dog. Like, I really just want to work out. I really just want to play video games with the homies. I want to take care of the family. Like, I want to every day be able to, you know, help out with the family, whether it be working on the house, doing chores, you know, helping grandma, helping grandpa, you know, doing different things. Like, I actually, rest in peace to my grandpa. I don't even know why I just said that, but, you know, still, anyways, you know what I mean? Like, again, just being able to help out the family, right? But still being able to, you know, again, like, enjoy the things in life that I feel like aren't meant to be enjoyed, but still not losing sight of myself in those things, right? Like, I think the simple you make things, the better off you'll be. You know, like, when you make things complicated, when you make things detailed, in terms of like the direction you'll go in life, you know what I mean? It just gets blurry, you know, and then you just start not knowing what's right and wrong. You start knowing what's, oh, well, I've done all these things to get here, so what's, you know, I might as well do this if it is for it is, you know, to make it right by any means possible. And, you know, next thing you know, you're wearing a wig, you know what I mean? But I'm joking, but nah, if anything, again, it's just be cautious, right? Like, if anything, again, be cautious. Like, that's the whole thing. You know, that's the whole thing with balance, you know, which is, again, another thing I wanted to say today. Like, I really want people to understand, you know, I mentioned earlier, there's a reason behind a lot of the names I have, and the reason why I have my faction name and stuff like that. And again, that comes from Shonder. You know what I mean? Shonder, when he made EUV, you know, he made it with a name that basically was meant to be a purpose, right? And even though it didn't end up being that purpose, the faction was still great and amazing, and I would never change it, right? And again, the purpose was supposed to be a one-man army, so like, I don't want people to think I'm dissing it or anything like that. But yeah, again, he made it for his own personal reasons, but again, it was supposed to be a one-man army type thing, and we came along and he didn't have to fight that one-man army, right? And when I made the Balance Brigade, I'm not gonna lie, I did it for the same reason. You know, again, I made it for a faction for myself, because I wanted to make a faction that I would stay in, just because I was tired of resetting. I was tired of going to different places and having my influence start over. I was tired of feeling like, you know, coming to a new place, having to work up and work for officer and do this and do that. And it's like, nah, bro, I just wanted a place where I can retire in, like, facts. You know what I mean? I want our achievements to stand. You know I'm going to be playing the game till the game dies. So I want to be there with my faction with all the achievements I've done, or at least to a certain extent, right? And that was the whole point, right? And the whole point of the name, the Balance Brigade, was, again, balance. At my time, again, 2020 was my worst time. I was the most depressed. I gained the most weight. I was 500 pounds. A lot of you guys know that. A lot of you guys know I am on a weight loss journey type thing, but don't really know the reasons why. And again, we don't have to go into those exact details, but just understand that I was going through it. And again, I was playing Epicduel, you know what I'm saying, all through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just hit a point where, again, when I did come back, I did finally come to the, conclusion. I want to make a faction. I want to, just start having a faction to call home type thing, right? I came up with the name because balance was the main thing that I wanted to have in my life. I felt like I was always so extreme when it comes to just different things, when it came to love, when it came to, we'll say, like, emotions, when it came to, like, we'll say, like, doing things and not doing things. Like, again, if I was lazy, I was lazy for like a week, right? And if I was super hardcore doing something, I would do something hardcore for like 2-3 weeks or whatever, and then I would hop out, right? And I'm sure even you guys now can see that sometimes, right? Like, sometimes, again, I am pretty flippy floppy sometimes, and a lot of it's just with my emotions, again, like, I be going through it, I mean? Sometimes I feel like I could take on the world, and other times I feel like I am just fucking terrible and garbage, and I feel like I couldn't do anything because, the proof's in the pudding. A lot of times I don't accomplish what I set out to do, and that's, yeah, but yeah, anyways, yeah, at the end of the day, balance was the main thing I wanted to kind of instill in my life, and that was kind of the reason why, not necessarily I came up with the Balance Brigade, because, balance is already something that, like, I was already kind of working on. Like, I wanted to be like a brand thing. And again, that was a whole different thing, right? And we had the Balance Gaming League and all this other stuff, right? But that came from the point of the Balance Brigade wanted to be essentially that middle ground. Again, with my experience of being a former mod, I wanted to use that to kind of have a middle ground for the community, have a place that is competitive, but also, casual, but again, we would use that in a sense to help out, right? Like, yeah, if you need a comp build, I can go comp build. If you need a build to do bosses, I can do that too, right? It was to kind of have both, and also kind of, again, help out where needed, right? So if people need to do this, people need to do that, we could always be the people to kind of do that. I got way over my head, and yeah, a lot of that was just too much to handle, man. Like, too many people wanted too many things, and then just trying to, like, be there for everyone while trying to, like, work is just bad, right? So again, kept the faction, obviously, kept the faction name, but yeah, it's kind of where it comes from. It's just kind of being that middle ground, being that balance in the community, which, again, I think we've done a really good job at establishing. Again, a lot of the people that are in my server, a lot of the people that are still, again, in Epicduel today, when I talk to them, again, a lot of them play the game, like, in a very balanced way, I would say. What I mean? Unless you're playing comp, which is fair. Like, comp, you're going to use what's best, so that's fair. But a lot of people kind of, again, you might play 2v2s in Jug, you might play 1v1s in Jug, you might do 1v1s in bosses, you might do just Jug and NPC stuff, right? Like, a lot of the people kind of play a bunch of different games, and I feel like we provide the content that, again, a lot of people use build wise. I run into a lot of people where people say, hey, like, I watched your video, I tried out this build, and I switched to this core, and this core ended up working out better for me, right? Sorry. Been talking for a while. Water break. Yeah, this is way longer than I needed it to be, but the Yapathon is the Yapathon. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up, but anyways. Yeah, at the end of the day, balance, man, that's the main thing I wanted to wrap up there at the end. But all in all, I came to speak to you guys today because I wanted to tell you guys how grateful I am, not just for you guys and the community we've built, but just for God and Him letting me to live, because again, like, Lord knows I don't think I should be, you know what I mean? And I don't say that in the means to, hope something bad happens to me, because I really hope nothing does. But I say that in means to say that I have my fair share of growth, and I have my fair share of just mistakes, and I feel like days like today and nights like tonight, I it's just undeniable. You know what I mean? I feel like I give off such a strong impression, and I feel like I am a strong person at times, but I fall a lot of times. And I just want to tell you guys that, but also, again, let you know how grateful I am that a lot of you guys understand that too, And again, like I'm in no ways trying to say this in the means of like some shocker or like some like, oh man, you guys, like, this is some big, like again, it's not supposed to be some like big video thing. It's just, again, like I think it's just honestly the start to a beginning, if anything. Like I need to start building that bridge to feel more comfortable to just come home, talk to you guys like in however state of mind I am, and hope that you guys can just, again, accept me for, what I'm going through, right? Because I have my moments, what I mean? Again, I have times where I get very, just, we'll say, like, sad, what I mean? And a lot of times the things I say do sound very like pessimistic, but a lot of times it's just coming from a place of like just honesty, what I mean? Like it's just seeing what's going on, and I just can't deny it. And a lot of times when I can't deny something and it's just the truth, it sits in my head rent free, So it's like, again, give an example, like last night, a big thing was, again, I wanted to stream this weekend, and it's not even like I can't even say that I couldn't. It's just, I just didn't feel like I was at the best I could be. And the moments I could stream were just at times where I just wasn't a streamer, what I mean? And sometimes it's like, yeah, that's not an excuse, like a lot of times I want to build that bridge to where, again, I don't want to feel like a streamer, I don't want to feel like I have to get on here to entertain you guys, or I have to get on here to, be super fun and, this and ooh-ha, right? Like, I don't want to feel like it has to be like that all the times. Like I want it to be organic. I want it to be authentic. I want our fun times to be fun, but again, I want our bad times to be reflective, So again, like if I'm going through something, you guys can hear it, and again, be grateful or use it to motivate you guys, or same thing, use it as times to say where, maybe be vulnerable yourself and open up, what I mean? And again, use your experience to help me out maybe, or help someone else out, right? Like I want to start having a place for people like us that do play this game, because I feel like a lot of us do go through a lot of trauma. A lot of us go through a lot of just hard times, what I mean? And a lot of us don't get to, we'll say, like, speak on it. What I mean? Like a lot of us speak on it, but not speak on it. What I mean? Like a lot of us don't have a platform and a place to really talk about it. And again, I know a lot of us are strong enough to where, again, it's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't say that on the internet, or, get a group chat or whatever. It's like, yeah, obviously, yes. Like, don't get me wrong. That's true. But I do think a lot of us are obviously strong enough to where we can say, whatever we want to say online, and whoever can say whatever, they say about it, and we can keep it pushing, right? Like I can agree to disagree with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like, I think people get mad at that, but that's, again, a different conversation. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, it's like, bro, we could agree to disagree regardless, So again, someone can come on here, say, I'm being sensitive, again, I'm just being lazy, da 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 da. Yeah, hey, they might be right, they might be wrong, but it is what it is. All I could do is read it, agree or disagree, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, it's good for me, and I think it'll be good for the community and good for Epicduel if I start learning how to build that bridge, to just be more authentic, more me, me just in a hardcore nutshell, man. Like, again, I'm very fun. I'm very, again, don't get me wrong, like Alonzo Harris is definitely still me, but I can be honest, I have multiple personality disorder, like not like diagnosed or anything, but again, a lot of these like names and a lot of these different like personas are usually based on things or character traits that I wish I had or I'm building into, right? So like, again, like Alonzo Harris was based off of a movie. If you've seen Training Day, you kind of understand. And again, it's always funny because like every time I tell like a lot of the close friends about these like, things or whatever, they say like, oh, so you were looking for someone you wanted to model after, so you picked the crooked cop. And it's like, nah, like, like, yeah, that sounds bad. But again, in a nutshell, if you kind of understand the movie, you know what I mean, I understand where he was coming from, right? Like the whole thing was Alonzo Harris, which was played by Denzel Washington. Not to ruin the movie, but essentially, it's a corrupt cop taking a new cop through, his training day, right? And he's giving him the ins and out, basically trying to put him in his crew, which is also corrupt. And yeah, essentially he doesn't, we'll say like make the cut type thing, right? Bam. And essentially, yes, it's supposed to be a movie that again, he's like the villain, da 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 da. Yes, that's all true. But if you really read and understand the dialogue in the movie, which I don't want to spoil, but he goes through a lot of things that he explains led him there, right? And I think the great thing about that movie is that he highlights the things that got him to the power and position to make change. And then when he started going corrupt, it was for the wrong reasons, right? He started using the good reasons as reasons to go corrupt, and that's what made himself again bad. You lose the balance that way. You see what I'm saying? Again, something good can't be good if it's the reason you do bad. Does that make sense? So it's like I can't say, oh well, I'm a drug dealer and I got to feed my family or whatever, so I'm just going to continue being a drug dealer for the rest of my life, and that's going to be okay because hey, I was using it to feed my family. No, I don't think that's the right thing to do, right? Again, I think mistakes are accepted when you learn to repent from them, right? So if you're a drug dealer, my advice would be you sell drugs until you get to a point where you can make your own business. Otherwise, maybe you start clothes or something, e-trading, a YouTube channel, whatever, you know what I mean? You do that, you get to a point where you can get out, right? And then you try your best to get out. And people are going to be, oh, well, it's risky and they're threatening this or you might this. Bro, you got into a risky game. Like you did that to make the money. You got to take the repercussions. Again, you're never going to get clean if you don't take the risk to get clean. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, right? So it's like for me, again, the balance kind of came in when I started to understand that I am a good person at heart, but I make a lot of bad decisions because I try so hard to help out other people, right? It's like I gained a lot of weight as a kid because I thought it would be better for me to internalize my problems instead of just talking to them like a regular person with other people or my parents or whoever. And now was because of the end, whether I was afraid to because of, miscommunications I had with my parents at the time or, miscommunications I had with my friends. Like I would always be afraid to open up about the issues I was going through, right? So I would turn to a candy bar or I turn to food, unhealthy amounts of it and gain a lot of weight because of it, right? And like I said, the realization didn't come until 2020 when I'm in one of my darkest times and I'm gaining, hundreds of pounds or like 100 pounds flat, what I mean? Because again, I'm just eating, you know what I mean? And again, it was to a point where it's like you don't notice, and that was a scary thing, right? The scary thing was seeing that I was unaware of how much damage I was really doing to myself, right? And even now, it's like 5 years later, I'm 130 pounds lighter, you know what I mean? And I would like to get lighter, I have been lighter in unhealthy ways, but, been there, done that. I would say I'm probably at the healthiest I've been in a while, I mean? Just muscle wise and strength wise and all that good stuff, right? Like, again, the physique's starting to come in and stuff and starting to understand, I would say like, we'll say little things, little habits that are starting to be better in the long run, right? And which is good, like all good and all, but at the end of the day, it's like I still see myself in the mirror and I still think like, damn, like I really screwed myself up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do see loose skin and again, you see all sorts of stuff, but it's like you learn to accept it, and that's where I've learned to, I wouldn't say come to peace with it, but I've learned to again understand that these are repercussions that I have for the mistakes I have made. And I'm grateful that it's just that, right? Because it could have been me dying early. It could have been me, having diabetes. It could have been me having, all sorts of other problems because I just, again, was unaware of the damage I was doing to my body, right? So it's like I caught myself at a point where I was, knock on wood, right? Still able to save myself, right? And I'm trying my best right now to, still again stay within lines, eat better, do it the right way, and not try to, force it too far or like go too extreme on either end. Which is a lot of just focusing, effort and just what you're putting in your mouth and all the other stuff, right? But basically, I'm grateful that a little bit of loose skin or a little bit of more future loose skin or whatever, again, whatever repercussions I get going forward, it's better because I actually had time to at least fix it, right? At least to a point where, again, I'm still living, even if it is for a little bit of extra time, even if I still pass away early or whatever, it's still better. I got to live longer because I made the choices to fix myself. And again, it's like, you have to be grateful for those things. You know what I mean? And again, I can't be more grateful when I think about those things. But a lot of times, like I said, I just get more emotional because I think of, yeah, I am grateful, but I also think I can be doing more. And I also think I can be being better. And I can be, doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. And it's like, not even that I haven't done those things before, but I've tried and I failed because usually you just spread yourself too thin, right? But yeah, again, I'm rambling now. I don't want to get too far off topic, but again, main points of the video, man. Probably gonna be the title. Probably be like, the balance of gratitude. Ooh, that sounds good. Epicduel 2025. Yeah, we like that. That's good. That's good stuff right there. Yeah, man, I'm tired. About to go make some food for me and the girly, man. Shout out to the girly. She's been working hard. Make her some steak and eggs. Been trying to eat better. You know what I'm saying? Eat some more protein and stuff. Different things. I gotta get more beef tallow instead of butter. That's another thing I gotta change. But eating more protein, man. More protein, more like Greek yogurt, more whole foods. Like I've been really liking that. Like I've really been feeling like the whole foods have been a lot better. Like just in general. It feels like it's just like better, man. Like I'm starting to understand the difference between like, dang, like I had like, 2 bags of chips and it's still 500 calories opposed to like, okay, I had a steak and like 1 egg and that's 500 calories, man. Like you feel fuller for way longer. Like the protein is like so much better. Like usually, honestly, the bathroom stuff is so much better too, man. Like it's just so many pros to just eating better. Like the only thing that really sucks when you really think about it is just the flavor, like the food. But when you think about it, it's like, bro, it's gluttony at its finest, right? Like the fact that you're wanting to, we'll say like harm yourself more over just like the flavor. Again, everything's fine in moderation. If you're skinny and you're, doing your thing, or again, you're working out and you're doing your thing. Like again, everyone should have a cheat day, or you should have a cookie or whatever. Again, I had a Butterfinger last night, you know what I mean? But that was the first Butterfinger I had, and or first piece of candy I had pretty much like all Halloween. Like, I didn't have any candy like that all Halloween. We had a few like cookies and stuff the girl they made, but still, anyways, getting sidetracked. But point is, moderation's great. Balance, gratitude, awesome. Make sure those are, again, things you include in the everyday daily life, man. That's how we're getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just wanted to really get on here and just be grateful, man. I just feel like I really pulled myself off the deep end because I'm not gonna lie, last night it was tough, man. I was going through it, and again, it was just the constant in my head, just feeling like, man, like I could just be doing more. Like I just feel like I'm wasting time, and it's like no matter how much I try to maximize what I'm doing at work, like I'm always gonna feel like I'm just wasting my time because again, it just feels like I'm not doing anything. Like once I finish my job, I'm just not doing anything else. Like whether I'm just cleaning or doing this or doing that, but it's like these are all little things that I'm not gonna say like are above me, but it's just again like it's not like I don't have other things I could be doing, and again like I'm not like paid to house clean. You know what I mean? Like if I was paid to do that, that's fine. I would just stick to the task at hand, right? But it's like you have tasks. This is what you're supposed to do. Okay, I finished all my stuff. Okay, well, what do you do? It's like okay, well now I start doing other stuff. And then I start doing editing. You start doing editing, you start doing videos and all the other stuff. But then it's like, okay, I can't do what I can at home. Like for instance, I have a portable mic, but my portable mic is nowhere near as clear as my, $300 Yeti mic, right? Like this thing's crystal clear. It's really good. So it's like it's not gonna be the same. And again, that's like a little thing. Again, like I said, it prevents me from myself. Because then it's like I put on the task of being like, okay, I'm gonna go home and keep this idea and like film a full video, edit it, do all this stuff, post it, and then still do, you know, things like cook, hang out with the girlfriend, and all other things. It's like, bro, it's hard. You can't. There's not enough time in the day, man. Like you have to still get like at least 6-7 hours of sleep. You have to still go to work for the 8 hours, right? And then, you know, travel time, packing your lunch, showering, you know, all these different things. Like it takes time, and it's like, damn. I just feel like I run out of time, and then I just get sad, and then I waste more time being sad because I'm sad at the fact that I can't do the things I want to do. But yeah, man. Anyways, this has been what am I call these balance talks? Yeah, I like these balance talks. This has been a balance talk, man. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Like I said, I've been trying to figure out ways to really like get Jug incorporated in the content, and even though that was not the purpose of this video, again, I think everything has a purpose, and God works in mysterious ways. But yeah, nah, this yeah, this might be the thing. Just man, like being able to come home and just talk about what's going on. Like, because again, I see so many things on the internet too that I want to talk about and like react to and provide commentary. But a lot of times it's like I don't know if you guys actually want to like listen to that stuff. But again, it's like, bro, if you don't want to listen, there's not gonna click on the video. Like, duh, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, like it is what it is. Like, just post it, you know. So yeah, that's what we're gonna start doing, man. Like, I think these are gonna be unedited. I'm just gonna post the full thing, like just regularly, because like, or maybe I'll get a different intro just so people like know in the beginning, type shit. But yeah, I really want these to start being more of like, you know, again, conversation, man. Yeah, I really enjoy talking to y'all, bro. Like, I know y'all listen because, again, like a lot of y'all bring up different things I talk about in the videos, like outside of the video, you know. So it's like it's awesome having conversations, and again, like the perspectives, man. Like it just again, like a lot of times it really makes me just better, you know, as a person, and I would just hope that I'm making you guys better too, you know, down the line, right? Like not on some like cliche stuff, but just you know in real life, you know. Again, I would hope that even if it is just brightening up your day or giving you a goal to work for, even if it is in Epicduel or in real life, right? Like, I would hope that, you know, again, I'm bettering you guys like you're bettering me, because I would hate to be in a situation where I feel like I'm taking advantage of you guys, you know, and I don't want to take advantage of anybody, you know. I want iron to sharpen iron, you know. I don't want to just be sharpened, you know what I mean? It just feels weird. I'm not a pencil, you know, but anyways, I think that's enough Jug for the day. Put up damn near 300 wins. Oh yeah, we'll stop at, was that 280? Well, hopefully it's 280 after the thing. We'll get 280. It just looks better than 279. But yeah, man. Oh, I guess I can use this to talk just for a little sneak peek for the people that really stuck through to the end of the video, right? So what is the point, man? What is the point of Alonzo Harris? What is on Alonzo Harris' journey, right? Like, I wonder if you guys probably question that. I wonder if you guys probably wonder what the game plan is. You know, a few of you guys are retiring. A few of the main homies are retiring this year, you know, after the gifting rules and stuff, and which is kind of like, again, understandable, I guess. Like, again, like I feel like if people had reasons for why they gifted or whatever, and those reasons got taken away, and that's why they, you know, wanted to gift, and that's fine. That makes sense. Hey, you know, or even if it's just you know, you don't want to play the game anymore, or you just feel like, again, it's a lot of money to put up. Like, again, I completely understand, completely reasonable. It is what it is. I kind of always knew that something like this could happen. Like, I was just more grateful, like I said, that there was a gifting, because I didn't know if there was going to be a gifting this year, just because, again, like, I know that they wanted to do a lot more with the game, and I know that a lot of the wishes took a lot longer than they expected, just because of probably time zones and all sorts of other stuff, right? Like, you know, which again, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like, I didn't know what was to come. So it was like, I was very grateful that gifting is still going on, still coming back. I was already prepping a lot. So again, like, no one really knows still, you know, again, I haven't bought any, you know, again, like it's still on my like AP, right? Like I haven't shown. So again, I'm just kind of saving that on the side and kind of waiting, because I don't want to give away too much, right? Like it's going to be a very proactive year, at least for the brigade, right? Like, you know, I can't really speak on anyone else gifting. I really don't know if anyone else is gifting like that, or who's going to get first, or whatever's going to happen. But All I do know is that a few of us at the brigade are gonna go crazy, man. Y'all better be there. I'm looking at the camera, and the camera's not even on. But anyways, y'all better be there. Um, we're gonna go crazy, man. Like this is the year of the brigade, dog. Like I think it's only fitting just because I've waited so long. That I've always got like I've never got first place before, you know, and all the other big gifters have gotten first place before, you know. Poseidon's got first place. Manda's gotten first place last year, right? Like, you know, Shadow got his first place technically last year, right? Like God of Santa, you know, Nemesis, like so many different people got their first place from them being big contributors from the game. That was like bound to happen, right? So it's like, bro, I'm ready. You know what I mean? And again, even if I don't get it, it is what it is. Because again, if someone does more than me, that's a dub, right? That's a W as it is, right? So again, like, because a lot of people are like, oh man, it's not gonna be crazy or whatever, or a lot of people are gonna back out this year. So again, if someone does more than what I'm planning to do, then hey, they got it. You know what I mean? By all means, you know what I mean? Let's run it up. You know what I'm saying? Me and that person. You know, let's make it dramatic. Let's get all the people involved because that's what brings the people together. You know, it's what gets people, you know, looking at the game, getting like, ooh, what's going on over there, right? And then you get in again, and then you realize, ooh, what are these augments? Ooh, what are these changes? Ooh, what are these cores? Ooh, what are these, you know, cool different items and stuff coming on? Because again, the whole, like, I think honestly, last year, what I can say the positive about the gifting, like cosmetics and stuff, I think it really leveled up what they can do and what they know how to do. Because again, I think the Hefael stuff, like the battle pass that just ended, that stuff is probably one of the best like battle passes we've had in a really long time. Honestly, that's kind of nuts. I've been here just not dropping my bombs. I've been forgetting. It's kind of crazy. It's like when I'm not talking, I just feel like I get in such a flow. It's just like do do doom, do do doom, do do doom. You know, but it's like when I'm yapping, I just get caught up. That's why it's kind of hard to play on stream too, because I feel like again, like I just get caught up. But anyways, yeah. Again, I was saying the gifting from last year. I think if there was a positive, I think it leveled up Aka's and Night Wraith's like art capabilities. I think they kind of seen things that they didn't really know would be possible, that maybe they didn't really have the incentive to like learn before. But because someone like, again, gifted, and it's like you want to be, you know, again, like good on your prize, or at least like try, right? Like I think they would try and figure it out. And yeah, it's like that's awesome, you know. So it's like a lot of things have been coming out have been really cool. And again, I think the stuff that's going to come out this year is going to be really cool. So that's amazing. Looking forward to that. But yeah, no, again, we're looking to put up a couple mils again. Might go higher, might go lower. We'll see. Again, like I said, we're definitely gonna put a run up for first. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, I'm looking forward to gifting. And yeah, man. Again, I completely forgot. We were literally talking about like purpose, right? Like what's the end game for Alonzo Harris, right? What's the end game for all this, right? So the end game for this right now is, again, I'm 28, right? So by 30, I'm probably going to retire from Epicduel. You know, I think I just come to terms with that. I've like not, again, I'll quit like playing. I don't think I'll ever quit playing, but probably like content wise, I probably just won't be solely like only on Epicduel. Like right now, until I turn 30, like Epicduel is the main game I'm going to play regardless, right? But slowly but surely, we're going to, again, showcase some of the other games I play and kind of do some of the same things that we do with Epicduel, but at least with other people, you know, not other people, but other games, right? So, yeah, I play a lot of Smite, and the other day, shout out to, you know, your boy Red, you know what I mean? One of the new people we're hopefully getting involved with Epicduel, you know, hopefully he had fun the other day. We had some stream highlights. I'll probably put his stream in the link below. But yeah, like hopefully he's, you know, again, doing good and enjoying the game, stuff like that. But essentially, I do want to start branching out and doing that with kind of other games like Smite and other games that I do play. You know, again, I do play a lot of games that, unfortunately, for whatever reason, I don't know if I just have bad taste in like just player games or what, but like a lot of the games I play just don't have a lot of player base for whatever reason. Like, you know, I'm a big Gears of War fan. No one really likes that for whatever reason. I'm a big third person fan. Like I like being able to see my character and see like the stuff, you know, but I feel like a lot of people don't like that. You know, a lot of people like the immersion or whatever. But anyways, again, like Gears of War, again, I would love to start getting more people into Gears of War. I'd love to start getting more people into Smite and stuff. And I would love to also get into more video games as well that other people want to get me into. You know, again, like Apex, Inspire got me into Apex recently. Mir got me back on Fortnite, which has actually been cooking. The Simpsons collab has been pretty fire. Like, I would love to start just again incorporating Epicduel in those things in the same time. Like, doing a Fortnite challenge or something. And every time I die, I have to do 10 juggernauts or something like that. Or, a legendary boss I have to kill, type thing. Like something crazy like that, right? Like, something cool to where you can incorporate both in, and again, have fun, have ways for people to just enjoy both games and kind of mingle, communities, get people from different communities involved, and hopefully again get Epicduel to a point where Arctics can say, hey, there's a lot of people playing the game, and maybe we should finally put some resources into Epicduel too. You know what I mean? But yeah, at the end of the day, it happens. It might happen, it might not, but we gotta keep creating our own fun while the game is here, because again, I feel like worst case scenario, even if the game does go away in a few years or whatever, I think a lot of us are going to be sad that we can't play the game anymore. And again, I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to enjoy the game for what it is right now and just be grateful that I can play. So that's why I hop on Jug, throw on YouTube videos, and again, usually be chill until I have days like this where I'm ranting to myself from the whole shift, and then I get off and I'm sad and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, all right. Anyway, I gotta stop reeling myself back in here. I really meant for this to be like a 15-minute video and it ended up being an hour. Like, that's how I'm just a yapper, man. But yeah, good and bad. There's always a balance. All right. I'll get out. I'm not even editing these, so like, yeah, I can't even do any sound effects to make that like somewhat not corny. That was corny. Anyways, what was? Just need to get out this Jug game. Yeah, I think for once I ran out of things to talk about. That's kind of crazy for your boy. I don't think that ever happens. But anyway, shout out to the brigade, man. We've all been doing the darn thing. Been going crazy, man. The twins have been playing at work too. You know what I'm saying? So that's lit. But say shout out to our new recruit. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee. It's crazy. Bruce Lee wasn't taken, but yeah. Shout out to Bruce, man. Shout out to Sort. Shout out to Mateo, King, Fade. You know what I'm saying? The boy TLM. You know what I mean? Man, Cartofa, Deuce, Tupac, Shade, Atreus. I want to say that's how you say it. I've never really said it out loud, so like I don't know if I'm butchering that or not. Obscurity Code, keep on surfing, bro. Such a cool name. Invisible Woman, Zay, Plavix, Synthesis, and Bleeding Wolf, man. I love all you guys. All you guys have been going super amazing in the faction. Super good. We've been doing the absolute best we can, and I'm just super ecstatic that we can usher in a new era where we can be an active faction and give up some good competition like today, where Eternal's probably going to come back later and take over, but they're probably going to log on, see this, and be like, oh man, they're ahead of us. We gotta turn it up, boys. We gotta get the world domination, because we gotta get every single world domination, because we're Eternal Order. We're Eternal Order, and that's all we care about. But yeah, man, we're just the balance brigade. We're just chilling. All right, I need to get offline, man. I'm tired. I'm yapping. Oh, dude. Did I not drop bombs? Oh, thank goodness. Please. Okay. Oof. That would have been bugging me. All right. Anyways, Fitz fire, by the way, huh? Fitz fire. All right, I'm out. You guys have a good Monday. Hopefully, this video is good for you guys. If not, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys as always. Again, balance and the gratitude, man. Gotta love it. Always pulls you out of the darkness every time. You guys remember that. Always be grateful for what you have. You gotta work what you got, as Mac Miller once said. And I am out. I will see you guys later.